Welcome back to the Eye. We're going to take a slightly different look now. We're going to really talk about software. We're going to talk about technology. And with me, I've got Aaron Hutchinson, co-founder of Croptrak.
Track.
Sorry
No
about that.
worries.
The mouth is getting, slow.
Yeah.
And Keith Tinsey, data solutions lead. So, we've talked a lot about inputs from both synthetic and natural pesticides, fungi, and so on. And now I want to shift it to technology because from where I sit, as a farmer, you must rely on good technology with changing weather conditions, changing soil conditions. So tell us a little bit about Croptrak, what you do, and what you offer for potato farmers.
So Croptrak has been around since 2009. We actually build a development environment that allows people to kind of farm the way they think about farming.
Before they plant.
Before they plant.
Okay.
And along the way, we allow them to collect every piece of information that from planting all the way through their quality fries, if they're doing chippers or something like that, and helps them fill out all their sustainability forms, all of their government regulatory forms, helps them with their Frito submissions, and there's a lot of paper in farming.
Yes.
Most people think there's not, but I think...
You mean you just don't grow it, pick it, and bring it to the supermarket?
Exactly. There's a lot of people who want a label to know it's organic, so we help with certifications and things like that. So that's kind of our niche in the world, is helping them collect the data as they're doing just the normal farming and turning it into those reports at the end of the day so they don't have to have that specialty knowledge per se.
So I'm assuming that, and I say this with a compliment, you're both data geeks.
Yeah,
right?
somewhat.
Yeah.
So why would a data geek come to farming as a profession versus working in Silicon Valley?
Well, I love that question because we both grew up on farms.
Okay.
And-
Well,
and
there's
so
a good answer.
We were attracted to the geekiness of farming, and it's just grown in our careers. One of the things about farming is that one size doesn't fit all when it comes to almost anything you do. Everyone is unique in their business.
Both the soil, both the crop, the area of the country.
Their
all the
markets, the
above.
regional weather, how they want to do business, what different part of the journey they're on in their business. And the unique thing about Croptrak is that we help them customize and be flexible to the way they would like to do business on the farm as well as their customers.
And doing it before they plant.
Always. Yeah.
And I'm assuming that you're just plants. I mean, crops
Just
versus
crops?
animal life.
Yeah. So we do everything from sod all the way through nuts and trees, and potatoes are in the middle of all of that.
Okay.
On a farm with a potato, we'll rotate produce, seed corn, alfalfa, and a bunch of other things. So our product is designed so that we actually can support any of those for the farmer. So each has its own logistics problem, its own data collection requirements, its own reporting to the government and reporting to the Walmarts and them in the world. And so we try to make that as seamless and similar across all our crops as possible.
So what are you hearing from growers when you first approach them and say, okay, we can do this? I'm sure that some farmers, probably towards the younger set, who rely on software and technology, say, wow, this is the coolest thing ever. And then you've got maybe some older farmers who are saying, I just want to get out in the field and do it that way. Why am I playing, a video game with my potatoes?
I think the requirements to submit all this paper, both from the Federal, Safety Modernization Act and all the way down through the requirements to put labels on food. When you go to the grocery store, you kind of, where was it grown? Is it organic? Is it GMO?
Who grew it?
Yeah, is it kosher? Does it meet all these things? All of those are paper. As much as you would like to just avoid the paper, you're going to have to do it. So you can either do it with a bunch of 3-ring binders, which is really painful and unauditable, or you can do it digitally, which allows you to submit it digitally. And so we try to play along that side of the equation.
And I'm sure that you're also saving them money along the way, if it's all,
Absolutely. One of the things farmers do when they look at software, you can't kick the tires on it. You can't feel it. It's hard to see. And so one of the hallmarks of this company, since I've started working with them, is their integrity and trustworthiness and our collaborative nature so that we build a trusting relationship with them as we help them build their business out.
We let the farmer innovate. So our package is such that they can collect anything that's a piece of paper on the farm, So that could be records on their trucks, not just records on their fields. And allows them to kind of have their own little inner startup, because, you know, farmers are innovative by their nature.
Absolutely.
My dad never left a tractor that he didn't weld on. And so this is kind of a software version of that. They can go in here and say, you know what, I don't want to collect that, or I want to collect this extra piece of information. And in doing so, they can look at that information across their farm in that season. And because it's digital, they can look across all their seasons. And it helps them, you know, make better judgments about what they want to do next time. We're not making the decision for them, telling them what the number needs to be, how much nitrogen. We're giving them the knowledge to be able to make the best guess of what the next answer should be for them.
And then to work with, you know, other producers to make sure that, you know, they're on track. And also, I imagine having a double check, because working with you gives them the parameters versus just maybe a salesman who's coming in to trying to sell them a particular input, and, you know, they've got validation whether or not this could work for them.
Sure, they could prove it to themselves.
Yep.
One of the things that happens when you remove the load of paperwork and you start entering data and they get a chance to start looking at it, they start asking more questions. Well, what if I farmed on different soil, or what if I use this input? Because now they can go back and see the performance in the past, instead of it being more of a gut.
Right.
It's actual tangible evidence and proof.
Sounds great. If I had a farm, I'd sign up.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more from the Potato Expo 2018.